Good morning, Patriots. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. Hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. I think my wife did. Like it may rain here today. I saw where a lot of these leaders from the Gulf state or the Gulf War state, the Gulf areas over there in the Middle East, are not coming to that summit at Camp David that the Obama-nator is going to have. Makes you wonder. He made that little speech the other day. I was listening to him where he was talking about his presidency, what he thinks he's done in office. That he fixed the economy, that he helped the middle class rise up to get some of the poor people moved up to the middle class, and you got to love a man that likes to lie to himself, right? This man ain't done nothing but spend more money than ever for any president in history. He said he was going to be the most transparent president that we've ever had. He's transparent, all right. As long as it's shady and he don't want you to see what's going on. Just like this attack on ammo again. Now he's trying to pass this damn trade thing where we're not going to be able to get certain ammos from overseas. That's just another attack on our fundamental rights right there, Patriots. Just another attack on our Second Amendment rights. And what did he tell the congressman and the people that wanted to know what was in it? They'd have to go down to a secret room and read it. They couldn't read it all at one time. They had to read pieces of it, and then they couldn't take pictures. They couldn't, and if they wrote notes on it, their notes would get confiscated. And so, in other words, they're going to pass it without nobody knowing what's in it, right? And it's basically a blank check for him to do whatever he wants when it comes to ammo. If he can't take your weapons, he's going to take your ammo, people. And I was listening to a thing today on the radio where one of these NRA guys was up there, and there's a lot of the NRA guys, some of the big wheels at the NRA, they calling their congressmen and all, but you know what he says they getting on the phone when they're calling? Crickets. In other words, the congressmen that are involved on all this, they ain't fighting Obama back. So, in other words, this man's going to have a little bit more power than what he's already got. He already thinks he's the king of the world. Oh yeah, he's going to have more power. Did you hear about the riots up there in Hattiesburg where those 2 police officers got killed? Where they were gunned down at a traffic stop? Did you hear about the big riot going on up there? I haven't either, because there ain't no riot going on up there. You know why? Because when it's 2 police officers that hadn't done anything wrong, that was trying to do their job properly, get shot down. Al Sharpton and none of them guys care about that, do they? But if it's a thug that gets shot down, or somebody that's wrongfully or doing something wrong that the police officers have a right to do something. Now, I'm not saying the one in Baltimore was right. I don't know all the details on that. But every time a police officer does something, all hell breaks loose. But you let police officers get shot down, ones that haven't done anything wrong, all you hear out of Washington's crickets, ain't it? Even that one officer, they had his funeral the other day. They didn't even send somebody from Washington to his funeral, but the gentleman that was killed in Baltimore, or the one that died in Baltimore, I don't know if he was killed or not. Yeah, they sent 2 government officials to his funeral. I guess the police officer that was shot that didn't do anything wrong, that served honorably, it don't matter, does it? Just like these soldiers coming back from overseas that are killed in Afghanistan. I don't see Obama doing nothing, do you? I remember when Bush was in office, you say a lot of bad things about Bush, but when Bush was out in office, you seen him going to the hospitals unexpectedly, showing up, going to Afghanistan, or going to Iraq, going to Afghanistan, eating dinner with the soldiers. Remember when he landed the jet on the aircraft carrier? Remember that? Yeah, our president, Mr. Obama, can't do that. He ain't got enough guts to serve in the military. Anyway, they wouldn't take him anyway because he can't even prove he was born to the public, right? He'd have to bring up the birth certificate if he had to join the military. So I guess that throws him out the window because he's not an American citizen. He'd have to show his proper documentation to get in the military. But, he'll let illegal aliens get in there just so they can get their rights to citizenship. Because if he can't get it passed through Congress, he can slide them into the military so he can have his little bitty so-called robots in there that will listen to him, right? And he'll use them for his agenda when everything does hit the fan. This thing coming up in North Carolina, I'm not going to say where it's at. I'm not going to say when it is, because there's a lot of people out here watching Facebook that don't need to know where it's at. So, you know, people, if you're going to try to find out, we need to kind of be not too public with that, in my opinion. But you know what? Because there are a lot of people that are do not like what we stand for. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on this morning. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Continue to get the word out there for Robert McLeod Jr. Stay safe this week. Continue to be vigilant. Keep your eyes open. This Jade Hamp's coming up pretty quick, people, and it's going to be interesting to see what all this equipment's used for. Because, you know, my understanding was they were going to do ops in these little towns, you know, where they walk through these towns and try to mingle with the public and all that stuff. But you know what? If you're going to walk through the towns and try to blend in with the towns like that gentleman said they were going to do, well, you got a lot of equipment that won't blend in. That's just my thought on that, Patriots. This is the Patriot out. Everybody have a great day. Be blessed. God bless you.